This message found you because you were always had like a higher sense of wisdom. And it probably felt like it didn't even come from you. Like it surprised you at times. Like even when you were younger, you probably were called weird. You were probably labeled as weird when you were younger. But it was just because you had kind of wisdom, like knowledge from beyond, like higher consciousness, but also just just a higher sense of wisdom, like a prophetic sense of wisdom. Because we did get okay. So I was using my Celtic astrology deck today, which I don't use very often, so that's significant here. We did get Ash the Enchanter, which is like you you could be an entertainer here, you could be a musician, however this resonates, but it's like you're more than meets the eye. Like we got Ash the Enchanter and Hawthorne the Illusionist. So it's like you have this very strong sense of leadership, but it might not have made itself apparent until later in your life. Like you were probably very shy when you were younger. You probably felt detached from the world when you were younger, or detached from the people around you, but you're very wise. You've always held this like higher sense of wisdom. You've been an old soul. We did get White Stag. So you're a very old soul and you always have been, and that's kind of your power. Like that is your strength. And spirit is really calling you to embody that right now. I feel like this is a time where you're stepping into your it might feel like your fullest embodiment of your true personality. You're like releasing certain anxieties you had as a kid about like being true to who you are. Like that is kind of being pushed to the wayside, and you're really embracing your truth, and you're really embracing yourself. There's a helicopter flying right over my apartment and I can see it out the window, so helicopters might be significant. But you do have this like again with the helicopter, like a higher, like a bird's eye view I'm getting. Like you just have this understanding of things. Like you can meet someone and sum them up in a second. And that's truly your power. And it's truly because you're so wise, and your guides want me to tell you that this has actually given you such a deep connection to your spirit team, to your ancestors, to your angels, and you are so divinely protected. We got protector and protection. So you are so like you could not be more protected right now. Your spirit guides just need you to know that, because this is probably like a very key moment in your life. It's a very pivotal moment in your life where you are finally kind of taking a stand. You're standing in your power. You're standing in who you really are. And it might feel a bit scary, but you're doing it anyway. And your guides just want me to tell you, like, you are such an achiever. Like, you can really achieve anything when you stand in this full power. And that's why they are protecting you so much. And if you look at this card, the bear has a salmon. We also got the salmon card. So salmon had a very interesting symbolism. It's almost like salmon just reminds me of like the chosen ones. Like you are like it reminds me of like prophecy. It's like you're fulfilling the prophecy right now, and you don't know where that's going to lead you yet, but you're fulfilling some sort of prophecy about who you're supposed to be. It's like this higher wisdom, this higher intuition, and this like prophetic sense of being. And like salmon came out twice in this reading, so that's very significant. This collective I'm speaking for is very significant. You could see, you could feel connected to salmon. Like this could have been, you could be like a summer birthday. You could like have Leo or Virgo in your astrology chart, I want to say. Leo or Virgo is coming through. Like they could be one of your big three, maybe. Anyway, regardless of that, and I just got a message. So I feel like this is like something's happening right now because you're moving towards your freedom, and you're moving with a strength towards your freedom. It's not just like a shot in the dark. Like you feel very strong and you feel very embodied in this kind of search for freedom. It's still unknown. It's still in the dark. Like even in this card, it's like they're kind of just running to run. Like horses just run to feel free. and they don't need to know where the destination is. They just need to know that they are free. So I feel like this kind of takes me back to, because we got, my cards went everywhere. Oh, we got Oak the Stabilizer, but it came out reversed. So I feel like you kind of have this like instability that's kind of been a theme throughout your life. Like you've always been seeking more. Nothing ever felt like enough. Um, but you are a very wise teacher. You are a very, like, I almost feel like you have been burdened with this sense that all you can do is give, but you can never receive that fulfillment towards yourself. So that's like where I feel like these two cards go together. That's where like Horse is really coming through, because you're always, the only thing that makes you feel fulfilled is that sense of freedom, that sense of movement, that sense of just the journey being such a fulfilling journey. It's not about the destination, but it is kind of the sense of where you feel like you'll always be searching for home, for someone who sees you, and you see everyone else. You always seek to understand everyone you come into contact with. You always are doing such like high level emotional intuitive work about everyone you meet, and it almost makes you feel kind of sad because no one ever does that for you, because what you do is very special. So you've never come into contact with someone who does the same level of emotional analysis that you do. And that kind of leads you to feeling a bit lost, to feeling just like you'll always be searching. But I think we need to come back to the first card. There is such a high level of achievement that's possible for you, and your guides are really want you to take whatever this next step is in using your wisdom, in using your intuition to spread on the world, to spread messages to the world, to teach the world something, because that's why you're so protected, is because you're being called to step into, to fulfill the prophecy. As I was saying, you're being like, you are the chosen one, and you're being called to really fulfill all that your higher level of knowledge can bring to the world. That's why you're so protected here, right? So I think I'm gonna get a few more cards here. I want to get a tarot card here. Is this, yeah, let's use this deck. I want to use the Ocean deck because I feel like you are really just being called to explore the depths of yourself. And I know you're a very intuitive and spiritual person, but I think your guides just want to remind you that you can always go deeper. Like you don't have a depth that can't be reached, or like there's no floor to you. That might be why you feel very unstable sometimes. The sense of you could be very destabilizing because there's no reaching the bottom, because you just have more depths to explore, which can be overwhelming. It's like a lot to. King of Pearls is what we split to, and the Tower. Okay, I feel like you're being called. You're being called to fulfill yourself emotionally in order to fulfill this prophecy. And we just got Queen of Pearls. Wow. Okay, I feel like you have help coming in. Someone is coming in to help you. I've been getting that message for the past few days. I just didn't know what it was for, and I think it's for this message. Six of Treasure on the bottom. You're getting something in. You're getting like, this could be something, some sort of gift, but I think it's like some person coming in to help you. Two of Spears. Yeah, you could feel a bit blocked from the way forward, or you're like holding yourself back. I feel like you're holding yourself back from your truest, like highest self, because it scares you, because it's destabilizing, because you're such a deep soul. Like your soul is probably ancient. You've probably lived many lives. Six of Coral and the Chariot. Some strong sense of success is coming towards you when you fulfill this prophecy. You're being called to step into your height of knowledge, your highest self. I think you really are being called to connect with your guides. High Priestess, you're being called to connect with your guides. They will show you the way. They will show you how to fulfill this prophecy and how to find this success. And it's coming. It's coming because you already embody this. So just keep doing what you're doing and keep looking inwards and looking outwards towards like spiritually looking outwards, because I think you have more guides on your team than you even know. And I think you're really being called to connect with them, connect with yourself through them, to understand what the true purpose is of this higher knowledge that you have, because it's not just meant to destabilize you and make you feel like you don't have a place and make you feel like you don't have a home. It has a purpose. And yes, there are barriers to it, there are obstacles when facing that truth, because you do feel lonely. But I got this message before. It's like you're lonely because you're being called to something more. And if you don't follow that call, you're going to stay in loneliness. So you need to answer the call. You need to answer the call.